Everyone, I am Ashrita, pursuing my career in Vishnu Institute of Technology in CSC. Today, I am here to give a brief description on JavaScript. Introduction to JavaScript. JavaScript is a scripting language that enables you to create dynamically updating content, control media, animate images, pretty much everything else. It supports the object-oriented programming with object prototypes and classes. Features of JavaScript, which includes event handling, DOM manipulation, support for various frameworks and libraries, dynamic typing, etc. Topics we are going to carry out in this video will be variables, arrays, functions, objects and loops. Variables. The where statement declares a variable. Variables are containers for storing information. After the declaration, the variable is empty as it has no value. Creating a variable in JavaScript is called declaring variable. For example, where keyword we are using and variable name. Here car name. JavaScript variables can be declared mainly in three ways: where, let, constant. These are the three keywords. As we had already discussed where, coming to let. Variables declared in let are block scoped, meaning that they can be only accessed within the block that contains their declaration. Constant. Throughout the whole program, by using constant, we can constantly give the value of a variable. For example, constant value of pi will be 3.14. For this, the syntax will be constant keyword pi, which is equal to 3.14. Coming to arrays. An array in JavaScript is a data structure used to store multiple values in a single variable. It can hold various data types and allows for dynamic resizing. Elements are accessed by their index starting from 0 to n-1, which the number of elements will be n. Declaration of array, which includes two types: literal or constructor. Creating an array using array literal. Creating an array using array literal involves using square brackets to define and initialize the array. This method is concise and widely preferred for its simplicity. Here is the syntax, and the example will be this one. This console.log statement is used for printing. Creating an array using JavaScript new keyword, which is called array constructor. The array constructor refers to the method of creating arrays by invoking the array constructor function. This approach allows for dynamic initialization and can be used to create arrays with a specific length or elements. Syntax includes let and the array name, new array and the brackets. Example. Functions. A function in JavaScript is a reusable block of code that performs a specific task. You define it once and then you can run or call it whenever you need that task done in your program. A JavaScript function runs when it is called by some part of your code. Syntax includes function keyword, then function name, along with the parameters and function body. To create a function in JavaScript, we have to first use the keyword function, separated by the name of the function and parameters within parentheses. The part of the function inside the curly braces is the body of the function. For example, we are going to create a function name welcome. In the console, we have to print welcome to GFG. This will be the function declaration, and the function call includes welcome. Objects. There are two types of objects in JavaScript: built-in objects, user-defined objects. Built-in objects. Objects that are predefined in the language and are responsible for handling some specific tasks are called built-in objects. This includes common reference objects. For example, number, boolean, string, math, date, function, object, array, etc. DOM references objects. Document, elements, attributes, event styles. DOM is nothing but document object model, and BOM reference objects, which is nothing but browser object model. For example, window, navigator, screen, history, etc. User-defined objects. Objects that are defined, created by the programmer to solve any problem comes under user-defined objects. For example, car, employee, company, college, house, etc. For an important note, every JavaScript object is a descendant of an object called object. Now, we are going to discuss about the most interesting part in every language, which are loops. JavaScript loops are essential for efficiently handling repetitive tasks. They execute a block of code repeatedly as long as period specified condition remains true. These loops are powerful tools for automating tasks and streamlining your code. For example, we have to print hello world 5 times. For this, we are giving the looping variable which is less than 5 condition, and we are initializing I with 0, and we are incrementing as I++. That means one time increment. Output will be this one. There are mainly two types of loops: entry control, exit control. Entry control loop, this tests the condition before entering the loop body. For example, for loop, while loops. Exit control loops, nothing but they test the condition after entering to the body. First they will enter to the body, then checks the condition at last. For example, do while loop. For loop. For loop is a control flow statement that allows code to execute repeatedly based on a condition. There are three parts: initialization, condition, and increment or decrement, which is updation. Syntax includes this, and for example, we can already done about hello world, right? That may be the example for this for loop too. Next, while loop. The while loop executes a block of code as long as specified condition is true. First it checks the condition, then enters. If the condition is true, then executes the code block. For example, we are printing 1 to 5 numbers with the condition looping variable less than or equal to 5. Do while loop. Do while loop in JavaScript is a control structure where the code executes repeatedly based on a given boolean condition. That means the main difference between while loop and do while loop is it checks the condition after one time execution of the statements. Yes. For in loop. For in loop iterates over the enumerable properties of an object, allowing you to access each key or property name in turn. It commonly used to traverse object properties but can also be used with arrays. Syntax includes, and for example, for off loop. The JavaScript for off loop is a modern iteration statement introduced in ES6. It allows developers to iterate over iterable objects such as arrays, strings, maps, sets, and more. It provides a simpler syntax compared to traditional for loops. And the syntax includes for variable of iterable code block to be executed. And the example given here. I hope you all understood about today's video. A brief explanation on JavaScript. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.